Okay, very good morning, students. Yeah, we'll start the content of the first module. We started learning about Python basics. Then we are with the flow control, in which we learned about what is Boolean values. What are Boolean values? True and false. Right? What are the comparison operators? Comparison operators and or not the and Boolean operators. Huh? Comparison operators. Answer is correct. Operators equal, not equal to, greater than, lesser than, not equal to, greater than, not equal to. These are the operators what we use to compare. So we saw few examples. With that, then we learned about Boolean operators as and, or, and not. And we learned about the truth table existing between and truth table between existing for or, and not operator as a truth table. Right, where the single Boolean value will be given, ask for it, and the answer will be in the, or evaluation will be in terms of Boolean values only finally. Right, then this is about mixing Boolean and comparison operators, where both the comparative operators and Boolean values will be taken up. Then coming to the flow control, what is the condition and what is the clause? A clause or a block of code. What is the condition? When we are supposed to answer it as yes or not, we come across with these conditions where the Boolean values will be used. And similarly, you have to go with the block code, right? Or sorry, block of code or code block. So wherein indentation is very, very important. So with that, we have to understand different types of statements involved. If statement, else statement, else, elif statement, while statement, then break statement, continuous statement. So these are the expressions available. What is the if statement? When you start with the if, what is the keyword? If is a keyword to be used and it should be ended with a colon. The print line will be in the next indentation, right? You find the indentation space. Indentation is nothing but generally to say it is a space left in the next code or next line of code. And this is a chart depicting about the if statement flow. And similarly, else statement, you find the equation example wherein again the keyword is else, but with the ending with a colon. It is a continuity. If the if statement is not true, what has to take up? The code follows should follow. Sorry, code has to follow with the else statement. And this is a chart available to depict what is the else statement is carried out. And this is elif. It is elif is again a keyword to be used and ended with a colon, telling that this value or the condition whatever you would have defined earlier. You may ask, madam, age has not come up here anywhere, but where it has come from? It is earlier in the code where you would have defined it and telling that elif if age is less than 12, whatever the thing you have to print it according to the code given. Then this is a chart and to understand what is the flow of code takes place. And this is a while loop. While loop, what happens? You'll be repeating the same thing similarly for n number of times, whatever the times you would have given. If it is 5 times, it is 5, it will be repeating as while. So this is a while loop. What is the difference between a while loop and a if loop? If statement, here it is a if is a keyword and while is a keyword. And here you will be giving a spam is equal to spam plus 1 is a code which you have to give it in a while loop, right? And it will be repeatedly, you will be, but here what happens, there is no repetition takes place. When you are going with the if statement, if there is no repetition takes place. When you are going with the while statement, the repetition takes place, right? With the number of whatever the times you would have asked for it. You would have asked span is less than, if or less than 2, 5, it will be repeating for the 5 times or even less than 5. And this is a chart depicting about the loop. You can see there is a loop formation. And this is a break statement when you don't want the loop to continue. So you can abruptly, after if statement, you can write a code as break. It will stop the loop. Please keep in mind where the statement or the code has to be written, right? And this is a same thing being repeated in a flow, right? Where the break is being introduced and the program will be end with whatever the print statement you would have asked for it. And this is a continuous statement where the continue will be taking place within the while. So when the code goes with the line of code as continue, it will start continue going to the first line again. It will keep continue. Then it will start with the next with the print. So this is how it goes like this. And you keep continue. You can see here continue is here. Continue is a statement of the code given here. It should continue, keep continuing. Then after that continuation, whatever the number of continue you would have asked for it. Okay. Now we'll start with the next topic, that is the starting, stopping and stepping argument to the range. What is an argument? You remember argument, we use argument as a word which has to be passed to a function. Remember? Yes? Yes or no? Tell loudly, you had your breakfast, right? Where is that where we use this argument? There's an argument statement, expression statement. Comparison. In functions you find. When you define a function, you have to call for an argument. If there is no argument within the parentheses, so you can define it later. Okay, never mind. So argument is nothing but, for example, argument is nothing but anything you define within the parentheses, within the bracket. A function which is having a parenthesis and you call for a variable within that, or you call for an argument. That is called as an argument. Okay, not that you and me arguing it. See, you are calling a identity, you are calling a content of it as an argument. For example, if I say here, right? For example, you can see on the screen for I in the range of 12, 12. Right? 12, 12, I am calling for an argument. The function is called range. I am calling a range with the argument of 12, 16 is an argument. What I am passing it on, right? So it will print I. So for statement I am using for I in a range of 12, 16 print I. That is an argument what I am calling. So the starting, stopping and stepping argument to range. I am talking about the range here, right? Something about like you come across some mathematics or some alphabetical module, you want some values occur in between. Like say that your teacher would write an expression, write numbers from 0 to 12. So what you do? 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. You write as in a range. It's a range. It's a series, right? So your teacher may ask 0 to right? No, Papa, I don't want in a series. I want an interval of 2. So what you do? 0, 2, 4, 6, then 10, then 12. Right? It happens. This is what you understand with a range. I'm calling it a range. But here there's a syntax you have to keep in mind. What is the syntax? We'll understand now. So range means these are the arguments what I'm calling. I'm defining a range means I'm defining an argument. Right? Now this is a code what you will be using as to call for range. Starting, stopping and stepping. So for I is a range. I in range. I'm defining. Madam, this will understood. The Python will understand. Yes, the Python is default it is been built in and it understands very well when you are telling that I in range. So 12, 16. What it will print? So I'll ask for print. See, students, very carefully you see here, for when I'm using a for statement, it should end with a colon. It should end with a colon. Keep all this very important to keep in mind. So when you are using a colon, automatically the print statement will have an indentation. You can see there is a space here. Not that something I have used for. You can see some space here left. It is not by anything else required. It is a purpose of the space being left there. That is an indentation, right? So what is the answer when I do it? What's the answer what I get when I do it? So I'll get it as 1. I'm not asking any range. I mean any interval. So just like that, it will type it. Give the answer as 12, 13, 14 and 15. What about 16? 16 is not included. That is a range. 16 is not included. If you want 16, then you have to write it as 12, 17. So keep in mind, whenever it's a mistake, you have not written 16. No, it doesn't take. It doesn't take, right? So this is what is a range? So for some functions can be called with a multiple argument separated by a comma, and range is one of them. So this is a function what we call. You find only this in range case you defining the starting. I am telling starting 12 is the starting of the range and 16 is the stopping. And what is the stepping argument? Stepping argument, I am defining the interval. I am defining the interval at what interval I want. Okay. So the first argument will be where the for loops variable starts. The second argument will up to what? But not including the number to stop at. So you'll get the answer as 12, 13, 14 and 15. Similarly, if I take one more example for I in the range of 0, 10, 2. So I'll ask for print type. So the answer will be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. But 10 will not be included. So that is a range function. That is what starting, stopping and stopping arguments what you find. You can try on your mobile if it is working. If not, it's okay. Check once. Try any of the one example. You are able to do it? It's not giving. Doesn't operate. No, it doesn't. Huh? You in Colab it works? Try it on Colab. Try it on Colab. Any range you can define. You can start with any number. You can start with any series. Right? You want to go with 100, comma. You want to define 110 in the range of 2 or 3 or 10, whatever it is. 100, comma, you want to define with 110, comma 0. You just see what is the answer you will get. Start, end, and step. Starting, stopping, and stepping argument. Nicola, you can do it. Others got? You could do? Huh? Give the code, don't type it as print. Write the code for I in range.
I take.
For I in range. So you find that end range is not displayed. That's the property of the range function. Okay, is that clear? We'll go next, importing modules. Very, very important. Python is having some dictionary, some availability of the data within that, but everything is not available with that. And whatever I want to execute the code, it may not be available within the Python. What I have to do, I'm supposed to import the module. Module is something like you can understand as a dictionary. It's a book, something which is available in the network or availability within the permissible limit, but not in the like in the dictionary where you're working at. I have to import, right? I have to import. If I import that content only, it is possible to run the code, right? For example, I'll say import random for I in the range of 5. So I'll say import random. Random is something, a module what I'm importing. It's a module what I'm importing. So if when I run the thing, when I run the program, I may get the values randomly executed. It is randomly executed. This is one simple example what I am giving as a module to import random. There are many other modules available you can import. You have to call for it. You have to call, I'm using this module, you come and evaluate, you come and code it. So all Python programs can call a basic set of functions called as a built-in functions, right? Including print, import, lens function. Python also comes with a set of modules called as standard library. That is what I was telling. It includes only some set of standard library. By default, it can, but over the limit, it cannot execute because whatever you require, you have to import. So how do I understand, madam, what to import? I don't know. Yes, you will be knowing when you are starting with the program, right? Sometimes you don't import and start doing the program. It will not give the answer. It will say undefined, undefined, undefined. Then I should get the hint that yes, Papa, it is not there. It is not available. Then I have to import. So each module of the Python program that contains a related group of functions that can be embedded in your programs. For example, math module has mathematics related functions. Random module has random related functions, and so on. There are many things like this. So, giving some two examples, math module and a random value. What is a keyword? How to write the code for it? In code, and import statement consists of the following keywords. Import is a keyword, very important, right? You should not export. Import is a keyword. Name of the module, right? Where is module available? Module is available in the dictionary. I'll show you when we go to the laboratory and execute. The laboratory will give you the list of modules to export, right? And will not export, import everything. Only limited to the code. So the import is a keyword and the name of the module. Optionally, more module names as can be called for with a comma. I may require. So import random, comma, import math. I can call any number of imports. The modules can be imported. Suppose my code, what I've written is not limited to only random. It is also applicable to math. It can also applicable to any number of modules. So I can import. Therefore, what happens? Whatever is related to the code, what you have, it will be mapped with the imported modules and it will start executing. So this is a small example depicting about when the import random is taking place, and when I say how to write it, please remember print random. I am giving a random. Random is a module. I have to define the module dot rand integer 1, 10. So this is how it will execute, right? This is how you can execute. You can see, I think you can try this on your collab. Random integer. Why I'm rand integer? I'm telling this is the way of writing the print statement. I am defining the module. I am defining the integer. You have to import it from the random module and give the range from 1 to whatever the 10. I don't think so. It will be import module. It will take import module. No, no take. Okay, we'll try this. No problem. Okay. Ending a program next then. This is only an input what I'm giving. Okay, you have to learn this. Only an input. How to execute, how to perform the code and all that. Ending a program only with a system.exit with a parenthesis. So when I don't want to continue the program, I just want to exit the program. I just want to write the code as this.exit. It will completely, you can exit. Right? As you apply brake, how do you stop the vehicle? You apply brake, right? There's an instantaneous brake, the vehicle will stop. Now, how to stop programming? I have to just write the code as system.exit. It will stop running the program. That is the code. How to stop? You cannot keep, you keep saving, but where you have to stop? You know how to ride your vehicles, but how to stop? You have to apply brake. So it is not essential thing that you have to always, right? When you don't want to continue with that program or with the code, you can exit with that code and start a fresh code, right? So the last flow control concept to cover is how to terminate the program. This always happens if the program execution reaches the bottom of the instruction. At the bottom of the instruction, you find this. However, you can call the program to terminate or exit by calling sys.exit as a function. It is a function. Keep in mind, students, I will not repeatedly tell you. Whenever there is a parenthesis bracket available within the code, it means that it is a function. It is a function, right? Since this function is in the sys module. Sys module means a module which is existing in the Python. From the Python, I am calling that sys module. You have to import this module before you program to exit. Example, see here I am importing the sys module. I am importing the sys module, then writing the program, and suppose I don't want to continue, I can end with the sys.exit. So this is how it performs when I don't want to continue with the program as sys.exit. Okay. So what you learned in this? What do you learn? Flow controls, your syllabus, flow control, Boolean values, comparison operators, Boolean operators, mixing Boolean, comparison operators, elements of flow control, program execution, flow control statements, importing modules, ending a program early with a sys exit. So it is all in the module 1 only. Still we are in the module 1. Module 1 consists of 3 contents. Python basics, flow control and function. So we are done with Python basics, flow control as of now. Then we have to start with the function. That is the last bit of your chapter, right? Now take your book and write any definition of any of the topics you like on your own. Then I'll share a link in the assignment. You have to post so that you learn how to post the contents, right? I'm not asking you, you do this only, you do this. In any of the content of the flow control, you pick of your choice, write one paragraph or 2 lines or 3 lines if you are not possible about anything. You want to write the elements of flow control, want to write the Boolean operators, mixing operators. I just want to know how much you have learned, right? Got my question? So immediately now I'll post an assignment. In the assignment, you'll share the image of that whatever you have written. You can browse, you can understand, you can browse your content from the mobile. You can use that. Huh? You didn't get my question? You're not alert? You're not following? Open your book, choose any topic, okay? Write 2 to 3 lines on that. On your own, you can browse the content from your Google or whatever it is, right? And I'll ask you to post the same. Yeah, you can write on any page. Okay. Now the notification has come. You choose on your own. Okay, your own. You have your uniqueness. You don't depend much on your friends. You have your own topic, your favorite, or only on this. And you in the support of your mobile or laptop, whatever you are carrying. Okay, and write some 3 lines so that I understand what is your learning. Yeah, anyone